Some of you know that when I have a chance, I like to go to places of antiquity and mystery. A couple of years ago, I went to Göbekli Tepe, and it's a place I'd advise to go in Turkey because there is no explanation in any kind of history about that place. Another such place I visited recently is on the island of Malta. Now, the island of Malta is situated in the Mediterranean Sea, more or less in the middle, halfway between west and east, halfway between north and south. So anyone who wanted to be in any way in charge of the Mediterranean Sea always wanted Malta to be one of their bases. But it starts much, much, much further back than what history tells us, because there have been found there 7,000-year-old places, temples, and it cannot be explained because it's predating the pyramids, predating ancient knowledge of how history should be. It's before Stonehenge. And you see these huge rocks. They cannot be explained today how they were moved, standing in gigantic temples, facing the exact rising of the sun. Now, as the sun and the planet move and oscillate over thousands of years, each time a new temple was built, it was a bit different so as to look exactly towards the east. But then, in the city of Valletta, if you go to the Hal Saflieni Hypogeum, it's an underground something that cannot be explained. The way it's built is as if they had the ability to polish rock to look like glass. And it's probably about 7 or 8 or 9,000 years old. And the acoustics there are just out of this world. Now, if you want to visit, you have to wait about 2 months to make an appointment because they only allow 8 people an hour into this place. But one of the strangest things about it is that when they started digging there in the 30s, they found 7,000 skeletons with elongated skulls. It means different to us humans. The skeletons are different and the heads are different, and the way the brain and cranium is built is different. And a few years ago, there was an outcry because someone hid them all away. So for the last 50, 60 years, it was only a myth that someone found them. But you see, in the 30s, they already had cameras. So these photos and pictures circulated, and people said, hey, where are they? Where have they been hidden? And a couple of years ago, an Italian television company went and demanded to see these skulls for a movie. And actually a few of the skulls were brought up, and you can now see them in the Museum of Valletta. And definitely they look strange. So these are the kind of things that I really love to try and follow up, because these skulls look very much like skulls found in Peru, in Machu Picchu and on top of the mountains. Or, for instance, when you see in ancient Egypt depiction of Akhenaten with his strange-looking head and family with these elongated skulls. So what was really going on here in ancient history? It's probably not exactly what we learned in school. So I do believe that there's a lot to find out about how the human system works, what is our human potential, what actually happened here in the past that created the situation we're living in today, and what can we do today to rectify this situation. So a few snapshots from Malta, but a very great history. It might even have to do with Atlantis.